Okay, so everything seems to be set up, but before Django Storm gets to get the mic, we have a 20 euro donation from Romango saying, "Good luck to Django Storm in his run, and good luck indeed."
All right, hello everybody. So I hope you're ready for more swords after Ninja Gaiden, because you'll be getting those, and hopefully I'll get to keep them as well. This is first Samurai for the SNES. It's quite the experience. Let me just dive into it, I guess, and I'll talk you through it as we go. Time would start right away. That will be as soon as I gain control of the character. First we get to see where we are, and suddenly orbs, just like that. So just give the countdown. Time starts, well, pretty much now. And so we meet our hero, who is, well, traveling through time to seek revenge against the so-called Demon King, who we will meet later. It's a game that also was released for a couple of other systems, including the C64 and the Amiga, and the SNES version was actually the latest released version. Probably the most fully realized as well. And throughout the levels that you'll see, we have to collect these bells in order to get through other parts of the level. And I also collect rune symbols that will make me able to fight the bosses in each respective level. And, well, sometimes you have these animations where you have to wait for the rain to stop. That's fine, there we go. In the meantime, I try to get rid of everything on my path. Just gonna make a jump over here. So I'm picking up these knives. Those will be useful later. Those are sub-weapons that will be effective against certain bosses. But not in the first level. It will basically start in the second level, so hopefully I can keep them up until then. The first level is actually pretty linear. I just have to, follow my path and get over here. There's a spike ball, I can grab that. It's not entirely necessarily in order to make progress, but anyway. And also, what you heard, yes, that is a hallelujah. There's all kinds of sound effects, like when you pick up food or treasure. They know it's good for you, so they praise you and say hallelujah. Okay, making it through here. Oh yeah, this is where I can already use my knives. I'm just gonna clear the path here. Hello, frog. Just gonna go over here. More food, yay! Okay, on to the first boss fight. It's a two-headed dragon. Surprise, surprise. So I'm gonna try some here. There we go. Nice. Got that. That was basically a cycle skip that I got there. If you mesh it in a certain rhythm, then you will be able to do this fight faster. And also this part, that sets it up nicely. So yeah, both pretty good time saves. I used to think it was due to faster button mashing or slower or faster button mashing, but it's in a certain rhythm that you have to do it. Anyway, time for some Samurai Jack-esque time travel. We're onto this tray now. Going into the future, because the Demon King has made its way into the future, basically fled to the year 2245. So we'll get there eventually. First off, just traveling here, you hear this lovely, well, it's not really music, it's a bit ambient, I guess. And I damage boost through these enemies. For some reason there are bees in space, I don't know. Just gonna go through here. Okay, gonna pick up the spell. Basically stopping this field of energy because it takes less damage if they're being stopped. Otherwise, I'll die pretty quickly. And I have to get over there anyway in order to pick up this rune symbol. In most cases, it's actually a pretty clear path that you wind up following. A pretty logical path. But anyway, we're down here now. Just gonna make our way through. We did lose our sword, and you may have heard the catchphrase, "Oh no, my sword," which is actually a really good catchphrase. So, yeah, our question now is, how do we get our sword back? Well, we fight enemies, that's what. So, that's why I saved up those knives. as I get past this line of fire, which is going to be turned into ice, we'll make our way back. Don't worry, there's no ice physics at all. It's just me going across this. No big deal. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to head back, and hopefully we can make it so that we do get our sword back before we reach the end of this train. So, gotta make sure to also watch the ground, because there are accidental pickups that I can get, such as grenades or other step weapons, and those will be useful eventually, but not right now. Also, that right there is a lamp that I also want to pick up, because those are lamps that send you back to the latest warp. Or in this case, since we don't use the warps at all, it sends us right back to the beginning of the level, so it's not useful at all. Anyway, just jumping over here. Our health looks really good so far, so that's very nice. That will help us with the next boss fight. So we got all 5. Just gonna break open the wall here. Okay, and this is the first of many bosses that will be cheesing in some way or other. In this case, we'll be just using our sword. We'll be finding a position where we can just attack from, and it will be basically one long damage boost, so get ready for that. So just gonna stand over here. And also in this case, we can also just button mash in the same rhythm as we did fight the double-headed dragon, so it's also a really fast fight. It's important that I do have sufficient health that I can actually make it through here, but yeah, in this case it was really well, so there we go. Heading over to 1999. Anyone remember 1999? This is in Tokyo. I've never been to Tokyo. Well, I've been to Tokyo, but not in 1999, so I wonder what it's like. It used to be the future. So in this level, they break open the structure a little bit more. So whereas the first 2 levels were fairly linear, now they allow you to explore a bit more and grab rune symbols in more like varying orders. So you can just wander around a bit. Also, that enemy was being really rude. Okay, the next rune symbol that I'm going to pick up involves me basically extending this platform so I can make the jump over to the left side. You won't see it, but over here we have this rune symbol. Hey! Okay, heading back to here, I'm gonna be making sure to grab some food, because, you know, again, it's good for you. Also, you see lots of enemies firing with projectiles. With my sword, I can fire them back, so that's pretty effective. Okay, heading into the sewers, we're gonna be making some jumps here, just to make sure that I don't lose all of my health. I may do a partial damage boost here and there, but I want to set up for enough health so that I can do a damage boost later on. So we'll see if I can manage this somehow. I usually do lose my sword here.
Do we have time for a few quick donations?
Yes, we do.
We have a €5 donation from Twin Omega saying, "Good luck runners, thanks BSG for an awesome event." And we have $2.50 from Shuri Bear saying, "This donation magically transported to BSG. Good luck, Jangle."
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Alright. So we did lose the sword once again. Oh no, my sword. Anyway, now we have jellyfish. That's fine. We have to make sure not to get hit by them too often. Also, fire is also a thing I have to watch out for, so I take these jumps a bit carefully so as not to lose inputs whilst I do a running jump of sorts. So, yeah. I think I might have enough, but I think just to be safe I'm gonna break these. Otherwise I would have damage boosted through these, but seeing my health, I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna make it through. But this will be fine otherwise. Okay. Thankfully, no grenade drops or anything. I've had it happen in the past that a grenade would just drop there from an enemy and I would suddenly be without knives. And, well, we won't need our sword for this next boss, but we will be needing knives or axes. So it will be, if anything, even more of a cheese fight than the previous boss. So anyway, slowly arrives this boss with, you know, tentacles. It's actually a really slow fight if you try to fight us with a sword, so I'm just glad to have the knives. You wonder how fast it goes? Well, I'll show you. There we go. So, yeah. Otherwise, you know, it sends off like tentacles or these tiny heads, and they attack you as well. And it goes below and on the platform below, and it attacks you from there. It's much longer. I've had a marathon run where I had to do that because I accidentally had the wrong item. So, okay, we're once again in the time elevator, further into the future. This time it's not a train for some reason. I don't know why, but oh well. And now you see all these futuristic things, and there's slinkies that are very deadly, and yeah, we have to watch out for so many things. Also,
do we have time for another donation?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
We have €5 from Twin Omega again, saying here's 5 more because of the grandma in the audience showing support.
Yay. Okay, so now grenades will be coming in handy, so I will be picking those up. Also, I do hope that I have sufficient health going into, well, close to the boss fight. Oh, I have to do this first. I forgot. Oh, this actually worked. I, normally speaking, break those boxes first, and then I head down below there, but this is fine. Anyway, so yeah, we head over here, slowly making our way up, and yeah, just gotta make sure not to pick up anything else but grenades, and also make sure that I just make it through here. Although I might be able to afford this damage boost, hopefully. Okay, it seems good. Gotta make sure to get rid of this, this, and we're good. Okay, so otherwise it would have taken me like an additional like 20 seconds or so to retrieve my sword, if not a little bit more, so this is definitely the best outcome. I will be grabbing some more food, so get ready for some more. There we go. And that brings us to the boss, which is, well, it's a future show, so obviously it's this computer with a tape deck. Yeah, so it's also got a really big screen. So we have to use our sword first for the first phase, and then the second phase is basically us using the grenades. So there we go, and then get over here, and that is the end of that boss. So if we didn't have the grenades, it would have been a tougher fight, and you would have seen the computer bringing forth this, well, tentacle arm of these green orbs or something. It's of course quite a bit longer. Okay, hey, we're into the future now. We're at the Demon King's palace. This is the last level, also the longest. I hope to not die too early, because that will send me back all the way over here if I don't set up my warps well enough in between. So we'll see. We got these, I call them satellite orbs. I'm not even sure what they are, but they can be pretty mean if they latch onto you. So I just try and see if I can get myself away from that. Anyway, here's the first bell. And make this jump over here. And okay, I'm close to running out of health, but in this case it's fine. Now we can just wait over here and enjoy the music. There's actually a B side of this, or a B selection of this music, and it's the same tune over and over again, I found out recently. And of course my current PB is on that very exact soundtrack, so yeah, it's a good one though, but this is more very... Hey, I got my sword back. Okay, cool. So once again, we have the Rainer extinguishing the fire. Doesn't take us long though, so that's good. Okay, I got some grenades. Those will be handy for the next enemies, so I can take them out pretty easily. Just like that. It's like a literal one-hit, but I might want to save some for later as well. Kind of depends really, but... Oh, there was treasure. I'm not gonna pick up the treasure, just so you know. Okay, heading over here. What should I do? Oh, you know what? I can grab this food eventually on my way back. So, let's see. Oh, missed it. I was gonna use my grenade at that, but oh well. I will be grabbing some grenades over here as well. So we now head into this house. We got some more slinkies that can be a bit mean and difficult. Hey, grenades. Hey, even more grenades. Okay, I'm gonna make sure not to hit this overlike right away because I can sort of use it later on to refill my force bar so I can get my sword back. I'm trying to set it up for it so that I will be able to use it once I get back up again. Okay, yeah, let's destroy this one, I guess. And over here. Oh, okay, that's... Okay, so now we have to see how this goes. I've had some experiences with this where I wound up still having my sword, but it wouldn't really work out well elsewhere, so I'm gonna have to see how this ends. So fingers crossed that I will keep my sword in the upcoming part. I'm gonna take it somewhat safely, hopefully. Oh, oops, well, there we go. Lost my sword. I think that's pretty much RIP PB. Because now I have to rebuild my force bar far enough so I can use some of it to use with a warp pod. I'm gonna do that with one of the upcoming warp pods. So I'll take a death there and then basically respawn myself from that very point. So I have basically my sword back and I can fight a final boss. And that's coming up pretty shortly as well. First we gotta climb some stairs. That's always fun. Yay! Oh yeah, I don't need to do that. Considering what I'm gonna try and do is, yeah. See, is this enough? I hope so. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take out this boss too. This should be enough. Okay, that's exactly enough. Now I'm gonna take a death here. And that sends us back all the way over here. Otherwise, I would have had to redo like the entire level, and that's, well, considering this is minutes long and also the longest level, that's not exactly recommended, so I'm glad it turned out this way. Okay, final boss time. We finally get to see what the Demon King looks like. It's quite a design. There you go, ta-da, that's the Demon King. It's a head and two spaghetti... insert Italian food here, legs, I guess. So, yeah, we have to hit the head, as you would have expected. So I use my sword to basically slash upwards and just hit over and over again. And that's the first phase, really. So nothing too major, I just have to make sure to get myself to safety. And gotta make sure to duck so I don't get hit by the head. Otherwise, that would have been pretty bad as well. Okay. I just keep on hitting, even though I don't have to do as many hits, so I'm probably done, but I'm just gonna hit anyway, because why not? And now, its eyes are gonna attack me, so that's extra fun. So, this is the second and final phase. Time is coming up shortly, and that is as soon as I lose control of my character, but I'll tell you when it is. So, first off, we're gonna do this, this. There we go, and get ready. Time. Oh, that was actually really close to my PB. My current PB is a 17:12, so that was really close. It's only due to that final thing at the end where I lost my sword. If that would have gone right, I would have actually PB'd. But this was really close, so I'm happy with that time, I guess. All right, so now that we have gotten our revenge, you see the stacks warp beyond the future. A voice reaches the first samurai to the void. And of course, the master saying, "Hey, my pupil, your powers have grown since last we spoke. Now return to your time and keep alive the tradition of the samurai." And that's how it ends. So yeah, that was the first samurai. There was also a second samurai, which got released later on. It was a Europe-only release for the Genesis and also the Amiga, which is also quite quirky and interesting. Also definitely worth a try, but this one, if you haven't played this, I can definitely recommend giving this a try. Like, casually, it's not a very long game, but it's a lot of fun. And I used to rent this as a kid, so eventually getting to speedrun this later on was very nice too. All right, I'm not gonna let the credits roll because it's super slow. I just want to thank BSG for letting this game in. It was super fun to run. I want to thank people who donated, people watching here and at home, and I'll be back later this week with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. That should be fun too. And yeah, that's it from me. I'm gonna throw it over to the next run, so thanks again and take care.
My sword. So there's something very special coming up since everyone has been going incredibly fast and going so far under estimate. We actually have a bonus run in Super Bust a Move All-Stars by Double Double, which will be right after this run. But first, 3 minutes of ads.